I'm Michaela, and these are the top 5 books that I am thankful for. Although I don't actually celebrate Thanksgiving, I thought the idea of this was quite nice. And the first book is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, because Harry Potter was basically my childhood, and it always gave me something to look forward to year after year, and for that, and giving us good memories, I am thankful. The next isn't necessarily just this book, but this one is Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur, and her other book, which I think is called The Sun and Her Flowers. And there is a lot of things in this book that a lot of women can understand and help with dealing with this. The things in the books also they can help each other as well as the book helping, if that makes sense. And I'm going to put both our books into one, simply because one book doesn't cover everything. Both books cover quite a bit, and for that I'm thankful. The next book that I've got is The Book Thief by Markus Zusak, and this one I'm thankful for simply because I fell in love completely with the book, and I fell in love with some of the characters completely, and enough that it made us want to cry at the end, and it gave us an insight into Germany at the time and what it would have been like maybe for some of the children who had to leave parents for whatever reason and live with other people that they don't know at all. And it's just generally an outstanding book, and I loved it. The next book that I have is called The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Fielder, and this book was amazing. It gave me an insight into schizophrenia in mental health patients, whether they're in or out of hospital, and this was also written by a mental health nurse, so the author knew what they were talking about, and it makes you realise that how bad things can get in other people's heads that aren't yours, and allows you to at least try and understand other people that have other problems than you do. And for that I'm grateful or thankful, simply because it's not something you would usually read about much in regards to mental health. And the last book that I've got is Love from Boy, which is a good amount of Roald Dahl's letters to his mother from childhood, and this one I'm thankful for simply because it made me smile a few times throughout the book, because a few of his letters from his childhood I absolutely adored, and they were like gorgeous letters and they were fab, and even in his adulthood some of them were quite funny, and you could see his writing improve in general and his imagination throughout his childhood and adulthood in his letters to his mother. And just for all of that and seeing how he was, I'm grateful, since he was one of the biggest children's authors of his time, and probably still is one of the biggest children's authors of all time. And to see what he was like as a child and how he grew up was pretty spectacular, and for that I'm grateful. And thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.